Hi everyone, it's Jessica here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you should know that I do videos every Sunday and Wednesday. Sundays is for my motivational series, and Wednesdays is all about fashion and lifestyle content for the business women out there. Today, in order to get you ready for the week, I want to share my top time management tips. If you have been following me for a while now, you know that I do have a full-time job on top of this YouTube thing that I do on the side as a hobby. And if you're a fellow YouTuber, you do know how much time that actually takes. But if you're not, just trust me, it takes a lot of time. So it has been quite a challenge ever since I started to stay consistent with the content and balance it all out with my family time, work time, and doing this. So after a few months in, I started last summer, I think I have managed to find a way to make it work. So if you, as me, want to know how to work smarter instead of harder, just keep on watching. The first tip is to make a list. And why do I decide to make this the first step? Basically, I find it really useful to do the list the night before, so that you have everything written down that needs to be taken care of on the next day. But if you don't want to do it the night before, it's totally fine to do it first thing in the morning. Just write down everything that needs to be taken care of on that day, so that you can make sure that you're not gonna forget anything or leave anything behind. The second tip is to break down your task. Now here, the first one seems quite easy, right? This is where it gets more in depth. I think it's extremely important to break down all your tasks, because sometimes I'm gonna give you an example on this YouTube thing, because it's something everyone can understand. Because if I go into my job, it might not be everybody's industry, and everyone's industry is different. So YouTube, I'm gonna take as an example. Let's say I have to film a video, and filming a video may sound like a one task thing for you if you don't know what it involves, but it actually involves a lot of different tasks. Let's say it's a fashion video. I have to think of all of the outfits that I want to feature. I need to find the time to actually go out and shoot that if it's a lookbook, and then I need to select what kind of footage I'm gonna keep, which one I'm gonna discard, and then edit it, and then upload it. Put it together in a video, and then upload it, and write all the links, find the thumbnail, etc. So that really takes a lot of time. And instead of writing down on my list for my YouTube video, I would write down what task I'm gonna take care of that day. Basically, that gives me the feeling of achievement at the end of the day, that I actually accomplished something and I made some progress. Even if I didn't film the whole video and I don't have it ready to go, I know that I made progress, and I plan that in advance so that I make sure that by the day that I have to have it done, it's gonna be up. That's how it works, and you can apply this to your daily work. I do it all the time, and that really helps, especially with big projects, to break it down. It doesn't look that overwhelming, and it actually helps you to find the motivation to get hands-on and actually get it done. Otherwise, if it seems too big of a deal, you keep postponing it, and you dread doing it, and you never get started. My number 3 tip is to block your time. Now, this is the most important of all the tips, in my opinion, because obviously all of them are important, but this is extremely important. Was one that you should never disregard. Ever since I started doing this, it made the biggest impact on my time management. Seriously, I basically, when I have all the tasks broken down, I assign a time slot for each one of them. And I make sure to respect that, because I have also broken my own rule. And for example, if I assign 1 hour to deal with emails, and I realized that I have a lot more and I couldn't finish, I would extend it to 2 hours. And then what happened was that the next task that I had on my list never got taken care of. And at the end of the day, you basically, if you have 5 things to do, let's say, you end up doing 2. And that's not ideal, right? Because if you put them in the list, it's because for some reason or another, they are important and they have to be taken care of. So make sure to respect the time slots that you designate for each one of those tasks. Otherwise, this is not gonna work. You can still be flexible. What I do is, if I have something big, like for example emails, I have a lot of emails to deal with every single day, and I know 1 hour is not enough. So what I do is allow myself 30 minutes, kind of like a backup time in case I haven't managed to finish it in 1 hour. I know I have extra 30 minutes there that if I need I can take, because I plan the rest of the day according to that. So that really helps me to make sure I finish my whole to-do list by the end of the day and I don't leave anything out. Something very important about this is make sure to block time for your breaks. Yes, even if it's a 10-minute break, you have to block it in your calendar to make sure you take it, first of all, because that's easy to sometimes say, oh, neglect it and say, oh, we'll take it later. No, you need that break. That's for your sanity, for your own peace of mind. You need to take the break because it's going to help you come back later more refreshed and with a clearer mind to continue being productive throughout the rest of the day. The fourth tip is to tackle the hardest thing first, the thing that we have been dreading to do, that we hate doing, that is going to take so much time and energy. Do them first thing in the morning. That's the best way to get it over with. It's such a nice feeling when you get started early, especially when you have to do such a task that you don't want to do. Start early that day. Focus your mind and set your mind to get it done, and put yourself on do not disturb mode and get it done. Focus on it, and as soon as it's done, you're gonna feel so good because you're over with and you have still the rest of the day to do everything else that you actually enjoy doing. That's my advice, and it's actually the best way it works, because if I leave it for the end of the day, I am more tired. I feel like I just cannot focus that well anymore, and I leave the easiest task for the end of the day, and the most difficult ones or the most challenging or the ones that require most attention I do early in the morning, and that's the best way it works. And my last tip is to batch all your tasks for categories. For example, let's say you have meetings and you also have client visits and so on. I would just designate one day for each thing. For example, if you can have all your meetings in the mornings or even in one particular day and have the rest of the week to focus on any other projects, that's great, because you know that on that specific day you have to take care of meetings and you set your mind to that, and that's all you're going to be doing that day. Or just designate the morning to do just emails and the evening to do client visits, or however you want to organize it to your work day. That's going to make it really efficient, and it's going to have your mindset to focus on the thing that you're going to be doing on that moment, and not getting distracted with, you having a meeting now, and then you have to work on emails, and then you have a conference call. It's quite stressful, and it's a lot harder for your mind to jump from one task to the other, rather than doing it in a more organized way. That's, I think, the best. It really works for me. If you have the possibility to do so within your means, just try to do it, because you're gonna find it's gonna make a huge difference. So those are my tips on time management. I hope you find them useful. I would absolutely love to know yours. If you have any advice that I haven't mentioned today, please share it in the comments below. I think that's something we can all benefit from. If someone comes to watch this video, they can all go down to the comments section and read what everybody else has written down. After all, we can all benefit from doing a lot better with our time. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a very productive and efficient week, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!